Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fabi. I just dropped everything. Did you hear that? Did you hear something, Phil? Oh my goodness. Welcome to Fabi and Sylvie TV. And you know I'm Fabi.
Do I have to say my name by now? I know our viewers know already who I am. So
Well, if you're just joining in, welcome to our Shush Let's Talk Anonymous. This is episode season 1, episode 6. So we just hit last episode, our mid-week, mid-season series. So that's amazing. Welcome. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, introduce yourself, let us know a little bit more about you. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell because when we go live, you get a chance to join us live and chat with us in the comments. So, Sylvie, I like to change the scenery. I think I need to change my background.
right? I wanted to be somewhere else in my place.
No,
Yeah,
it's nice. I like it. I like the whole print going on back
thank
there. I
you.
like the hue. Like, it
Thank
looks
you.
nice. Now I'm jealous. I have to find another place to record. So today, as you guys know, if you watched last episode, we are continuing the dating because it seems like we're gonna keep adding more and more and more to it. And last episode we mentioned we were going to start talking about long distance relationship.
Hmm.
So, as you know, at this time, I think you guys know our pattern and what we do. But before we do so, I had an interesting comment. So we don't even know this. That I was asked, "What is our fan name?" So I guess we have to pick a name for our subscribers. I didn't know that. So guys, tell us what you like to be called because we're new to this. So I didn't know we had to pick like a fan name. I don't know. So someone, I don't want to put them out there. They said it should be Favies or Favies, because like
I
Fabi
like
and Sylvie, right? So I don't know. Do you guys think it sounds cheesy if we refer to you guys as our Favies? Because Sylvie, Fabi, get it? I don't know. So if you like it, let me know and we'll start hashtagging Favies so you guys know that, you know, we'll start having little shirts. Hashtag Fabies, Fabi and Sylvie TV. I don't know, but they said that to me, and I'm like, what? I didn't think about that. I didn't know we had to have one, but we
yes.
love you guys,
It,
so don't think we weren't being considerate. We just a newbie, so we didn't know we had to create a name.
I like it though. That's a great
You
idea.
do?
Who-
Okay,
who-
so maybe we'll just stay
Whoever
with
came
it
up.
though.
No, whoever came up with that, that's a great idea. Thank you so much. We have you viewers being with us, subscribers, viewers. We love it when you actually post comments and really get
Yeah.
into it with us because that's a great idea. And I like that favies, hashtag favies. I like that. Cardi B has
No,
her
it's
own
cute.
little,
It's cute. I thought it was cute too, right?
yes.
So, as you guys know, we go through the process of asking a couple of getting to know questions before we jump into our comments and our topic for today. So, Sylvie, I just thought about it. I don't know why, but what movie makes you cry, or have you cried, or a movie you watched the movie and made you cry? If you had to pick,
Yes, there is a movie that have made me cry. And I don't know, I feel like it, there's more than one movie that have made me cry, but definitely the one movie that I could say I have cried for. Um, I cried for a couple. Should I share? I feel like
yes, I want to know. I want to
it
know.
it
Tell
it
me.
it really be tacky though. Like you know how sometimes I don't want nobody making fun of me though. I really don't want nobody making fun
Tell
of
me.
me.
Tell me.
So I just watched this movie not too long ago, which was on Netflix, and it is so good. Now, I want to say it was a very live and exciting and really engaging movie. But for some reason, I had the part in there where I had to cry and the tear just came out. But I think they were tear of joy. It wasn't like anything where what you may call it, something where it was so sad. It was more tear of joys. And it's the Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, which just came out not too
Okay,
long
yes, I
ago on
haven't seen it.
Netflix. It is amazing. Like from the beginning all the way till the end, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I really love the casting. I love the scenery, like the cinematography. Oh Lord. Somebody will correct me on that, but you know what I mean. I love everything about it. The way that every scene makes sense, and where everything is, and the dressing, right, of every character, every actor. It was great. And I was like, oh my God. And I did cry a little bit. And I was, but
Not
it wasn't
cheesy.
sad. It was just like
That's
really
not cheesy.
joyful. It was joyful.
Okay, so you say you have plenty, so
Yeah, I
give
do.
us another one.
Why you want to do this to me? So
What?
that
I
I
have to answer
would
too.
um I I did cry for a little bit for no, I'm not gonna share.
Tell me, you were
Yeah.
so close. I'll get okay, I'll share two with you too.
Go ahead, you go.
Okay, I'll share one. So, I like to say a lot of movies make me cry, so I'm not judge me if you want. It's okay. I cry almost every movie that I watch. I love chick flicks, anything that has like a nice, good love story and all that stuff. And I think I mentioned that before actually, because I think when last time we talked, I forgot what kind of movie we were talking about, and I talked about Tyler Perry always make you cry your movies or something.
Yes.
I think I mentioned that, so you guys know I'm a crybaby in that aspect. Um, but if I had to pick, um, on top of my head, I don't know recently what I was because like I can't think of anything recently. But oh, actually yes, there's a movie on Netflix. Yes. Um oh my goodness, I just watched this movie last night. What was the name of it?
Tell
Um
Describe what's going on in the story.
it's
Maybe.
a Christmas movie and the girl it talks about like the refugee parents and she was being a home away from home or something like that. Um,
Home
oh my goodness. It is
away from her.
no, it
No,
is
on
it's a
Netflix.
movie in regards to this refugee family and the girl
Far from
the
home.
Far From Home. No, was it a Far From Home?
Nah,
No.
it's not that far from
I
home.
don't know. I just watched it. I'm just gonna go back to my like recently watched movies and I'll be able to tell you.
Mind you.
Um it was
Wait,
because
because I'm
uh,
looking at this too. I'm trying to figure out.
so it's basically a movie about a refugee family where the mom got taken away by ICE, and then the girl had to stay and get put into the foster care system, and she kept having the idea of saying like I'm gonna go back, like mom's coming back, and just I don't want to ruin it for anybody who haven't seen it, but hopefully I could get the title and let you guys know. But I've just watched it and it was so amazing. And You Are My Home. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
you are my home.
Yes, You Are My Home. So for those who wants to see it, it looks like this. you,
Oh my God, you
you
funny.
are my home. So you could take a look
Oh,
at it and let me know. And I like Google cried watching it. Nonetheless, that's one. And then The Vow, Crybaby, love story. Like duh. Um what's the other one? It's still with Channing Tatum. Did I tell you guys that was like one of my I told you
cry.
more chestnut, but Channing Tatum is one of my
Okay.
yeah, crush, celebrity crush. What's the other movie he did when he was in the military? I forgot what it's called. The oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about? When they
Uh,
were writing Dear John. Yes. Dear John.
dear
Dear
John.
John. You've never seen Dear John?
Nope.
Okay, so put it on your bucket list to watch. So I have one more question. Sylvia, I'm still gonna come back to you, maybe not this episode, to know what other movies make you cry. Um,
Ooh.
so Sylvia, how long does it take for you to get ready?
Straight to the point. She didn't even give me like a breather, like
No, how long does it take for you to get ready?
to get ready too.
Like you're going out, you're going on a date. How long does it take for you to get ready?
Oh man. It could take me anywhere from, if I don't really necessarily care, 5 minutes, to, if I really care, a whole hour. Actually, a whole day. Actually, the previous day, because the previous day I'm planning for that.
For the day. I think I'm the same way too. I think it all depends on who, what, when, and where. It depends on like, am I going full glam or am I doing basic
Yeah.
makeup, no makeup at all? Because it depends on what I'm doing. It probably takes like 10 or 15 minutes to do my eyebrows by itself. So it's like sometimes even with Andrew, depends on where I'm going. He know not to come ask me how long I'm gonna be. Like
Ooh, that's how you got it.
no,
Oh,
no, don't do that. Because like if I'm getting ready, like I'll let you know. And then as he wait around, he won't fully get dressed. Because if he's fully dressed, he's ready to go. So he'll come up and be like, how long you think you're gonna be? Another 15, 30 minutes? And then he'll be okay with that. And then
that's that
we'll
married
go from
life.
there.
That's that married life. I don't
So
think about
no,
that.
but it's just like, oh, I don't like feeling rushed. Like if I have appointments, you don't have to, I'm the kind of person you don't have to remind me. I'm on time, I'm punctual. So if I know I have to leave the house at 10 o'clock, even if it's 9:58, don't worry about me. I'll be in the car by before 10. So I'm that kind of person. You don't need to wake me up. My alarm, like I'm structured to know what I have to do. You don't have to come knock on my door and say, hey, you're late or you're gonna be late. I don't like that because I'm punctual. So I will get myself ready and get up at the proper time to do what I have to do. So
Translating this, that means, Andrew, don't mess with her. She knows when to get ready.
no, he I think he learned early on in the dating stage.
Oh, I
It's
know, I'm
okay.
sure.
Okay, so now it puts us to our last question and also the intro of our long distance. So this last question is, if your friend wants you to dump the person you're currently dating, would you?
Ooh, man, that's a good question because um, I want to say this
And
because
that's why I said I'm gonna leave it last and go into the long distance because
yes,
that's some stuff that people don't talk about and it's real. It happens all the time.
that is true because you know what? Sometimes you actually connect with certain individual, and it's like now it's time to introduce them in your circle of friends, and it's like
Mhm.
your friends meet that individual, and they're like, what you doing with him? What do you see in him, or what do you see in her? What you doing with her? So it's
Mhm.
like, and you know, with anybody that you get to know, meet, and you actually have that connection, you would want to be able to bring them around your circle of friends so that everybody could get along, right? But yeah, if I was to have friends and they just could not stand the person that I was dating, yeah, it would be something. But again, it would depend friends because I am conscious of the fact of the friends that I have, and if they are in my tight circle, I do want to take into consideration what they say because sometimes, not for nothing, but you know how sometimes as a mother or a father, when you know it's time to date and then your son or your daughter brings home whoever they brings home, and then right off the back mom could look at that person or dad could look at that person and be like, nah, that's not for you. And that's
Mhm.
it. They're like, nah, that's not for you. And then you're looking at mom and dad are like, well, how do you know? Like, I just brought the person home. And they're like, no. And it's the same thing that I know my mom used to do as far as my friend circle. I used to bring certain friend at home, and she just used to look at them straight in the face and said, "Nah, hi, how are you?" By the time it's over, friend is out the door. Mom is like, that's the last time. That's not your friend. I said, Mom, we get along. They said, nah, baby, that's not your friend. I said, how you know? That's not your friend. That's not. Mm-mm. And it's real. It is real. So with that said, I have a circle of friends. I will take to in consideration what they're saying to me, of course. I said, well, why not? What do you think that person is not for me? Said, Sylvia, we know you. Like, that's not it. I'll be like,
Okay.
okay. But it doesn't mean that I'm dropping the person. It just means,
Okay.
okay, mental note.
Okay. So
Mental note.
that hasn't happened to me, right? But like it's a question that we're asking to answer. So I don't know if I would necessarily dump the person. Like you said, taking the person into consideration and what you're saying, I get that. But I've always been very secretive of what I share and what I don't share with whomever that I'm with, whether it's family members or friends. I don't really share what happens. I don't share my relationship with people. That's just me, right? Answering questions or whatever, our story, our journey, that's different. But my girl chat is a bit different than what the ideal man thinks. I'm not the one to call and be like, this is what he got me, this is what he didn't get me, this is what he like. I guess people always said I'm way advanced than on my time because I have older sisters and I have a lot of male cousins and brother. I get to see a lot of different things. I'm grateful and fortunate for the experiences that I've had.
Mhm.
So I like, like I'm not gonna say Haitians because I think a lot of people feel the same way, but it's like the more you tell friends about your man, the more it's going to be like, oh, we hate him or we love him. And that could either go either way. As you're saying stuff to hate him or your ex, that your friend end up falling for him because it's like you feel ungrateful, whatever the case might be. I am not going to invite anybody into my relationship, into my household to have any kind of say so until what happens. Like it's me, you, and God. So that's why you better love God because you have to find me through God. So that's who I bit to with my problems. I learned that really early on because a lot of times people say don't put before your marriage, but it starts even at the dating stage, right? So I remember going into our topic now of long distance relationship. Would it work for you? Would it not? I am a product of long distance relationship. Speaking from my experience, it's not for everybody. It wasn't for me. I never thought I would have been in a long distance relationship because I like control. I like feeling in balance and to be aware of my surroundings or my investigation goes from 0 to 100. Okay. Like I need to know what's happening around me. I do. So I never would have pictured if you would have asked me would I date originally, I would have been like, no, that's not for me. Because I didn't see myself in a long distance relationship, if that makes sense. I didn't think I would survive. It was a journey. It was a journey. And I, because like we talked about, how do you know when you're ready to start a relationship? I didn't know I was at that stage because I felt like I wasn't ready. I wasn't looking to commit or like, listen, I was 19 going on 20. Okay, that's the best years of your life. First year of college. Listen, it's like, what? What do you mean? Like,
Long distance.
I'm
What's
trying to be on lockdown. I'm trying to live my best life. Okay, this was Drake year, YOLO. Like, listen, I am trying to. I'm trying to live my life. Now, I was not like the party animal or anything like that, but I just wanted to be able to hang around my sister. My sister was 24 going on 25. Like I get to be in around her circle. I've always been around my oldest sibling's circle. So I really did hang around my age group. And those few friends that I have, they're practically my sisters. So that's why I said I don't have that reflection of a million different friends to hang out with this crew, this crew. No, my circle has always been small, and they're practically family at this point, forever, right? So, another thing you've mentioned who that made me laugh is to start off this conversation this way and into the long distance relationship is the fact that when we ask about friends would want you to leave the person or not, is the fact, what if what they're used to seeing you and what you usually go for is not who you meant to be with, because clearly they're not working out.
Yes, but on that say, when we said friend, obviously we're talking about a circle of friend that is close, one. And two, when we said friend, we are not trying to say to disclose every little thing that's going on with somebody that you are dating, that you are seeing. No, because I don't believe in explaining and having a girl chat about every single thing that's going on in that relationship or that dating, whatever ship, dating ship, relationship, talking
Any
shit, whatever ship that is going on, right? Pick one. What I'm saying is that at this point, you're getting to know somebody, right? You're getting to know her, you're getting to know him, you're getting to know them. At this point, I think that it's something where you want to leave one on one. And for me, it's just an insight because as a friend, I trust that the statements or whatever it is that that person is saying to me, I want to take it into consideration. Maybe it's something that I'm not seeing. Right? That's why you said a tight circle of friends that almost are your sisters. Like you said, Fab,
no,
your circle of friends are like your sisters. So it's not like you bringing somebody around just acquaintances. No, it's you bringing somebody around a tight circle, which you will, if they says something, you will consider. Now, am I dropping the person? No, because I'm going to give the person the benefit of the doubt to show what it is or what it is not that's happening with them or with us within whatever ship we on. My thing is that I like to get insight of others sometimes, especially close individuals that are close to me. Because again, taking the example of mom will tell me that's not your friend, that's not your friend. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, she was right. It was just a matter of time. So I'm not saying that your friend are gonna be right in that nature, but they might be. We're talking about individuals that are close to you that know you. Now, am I gonna break up? No, because at the end of the day, yo, we together, and when we close the door behind closed door and we lay there together, and nobody know how we know. You know what I'm saying? So friend, you guys stay right here for a minute. Let me just chill. Let me look at this for a second.
and
Then I'll
I
talk back.
agree. I agree with what you're saying because it's about the mindset and knowing that I hear what you're saying. I value what you say because you only saying these things because you care for me. I completely understand that. The other aspect of things that a lot of times we take into consideration is the fact that sometimes the friends have a vision of who they think would be a perfect spouse for you, a perfect mate for
Oh,
you. That's not who God envision yourself being with. And I'm saying that because that is so deep. A lot of times we are so close minded on who we think would be a perfect partner for us. And as you guys could relate, our favies, back in our couple, our couple episodes ago when we were talking about how do you move on, we talked about do you have a list, and that all plays parts and roles into it because sometimes what we're out there looking for certain people we would walk past our forever because we're chasing after it. Getting into long distance relationships, I remember, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but like I knew Andrew prior to us dating, but nothing like he was not part of my social club, neither was I in his, right? So because there was that gap, because he's 4 years older than me. So meaning that like back in school, like when I was in Florida, I wouldn't, you're not in my social club, in other words. So long story short, I remember it was like friends of a friend that you know, at that point, it was like, okay, you have a lot of friends who comment, yeah, I remember you, whatever. But it wasn't that like, you know how you don't know because you don't have social media. But around that time, before I did a deep cleansing of my social media, I was adding people that knew me because of a friend or whatever the case might be. Because I moved to Canada. Most of my friends went to college, university, so they have close friends. They made new friends. I made new friends. I had my friends in Canada sending my best friends friend requests because I always talk about them, but not because they knew each other. So it was one of those kind of situations, right? And I'm talking about years, and I never even knew this person would be liking my stuff, commenting on stuff, because I wasn't searching, and I literally was not searching. I didn't know if there was things there, right? So I remember this one instant when this conversation actually started after the chasing and good mornings here and there, like the real way I actually took the time to like, who is this person? It was like Disney on Ice. I'm not
Disney on Ice.
I cannot make this up. Disney on Ice came to Ottawa around that time, and I was taking the kids to go see Disney on Ice with my sister. And that's when Princess and the Frog had just came out. So the first I still have the post of me archives, okay, because I've always had the same Facebook since 2008. Me saying I can't wait to meet my frog or something in that nature. I said, like, I don't want to be kissing a lot of frogs. Not that I have been, but I didn't want to find my frog, whatever the case might be. And this guy sends me a message, not on the post. He says, maybe you're looking in the wrong places. I was so offended by it. He has been trying to get my attention. But that offended me. Because me knowing who I am as a person, first of all, you don't know me. You don't even know where I am or what I do, what I don't do. How dare you say I am looking in the wrong places? Who told you I was
But was
looking?
he right? But was he right now?
I was
Years
not
later?
looking. So for you to say I was looking in the wrong places, you had to know I was out there
But
for a
that's not
search.
the question. Was he right in a long way? Like, was he right now that you're thinking about it? Was he right? Was he right?
Girl,
And stop rolling your eyes and answer
don't give
the
your cousin
question.
no pride right now. Okay, don't give him no
Answer.
kudos. I don't know. Only God knows. I don't know if he was right because I was not looking. For me to say, yeah, you're right, I'm looking in the wrong place, is that if a person try to approach me, it'll be the same style of men that I'm looking for. Because like I mentioned before, I had my mind made up of what I was going to do. I was going to go to school, finish college, university, and meet this person and spend happily ever after in Canada with this person. Because being there for 2 years at the time, I knew what my surroundings were like, and my chances was not to be with a person 3,000 miles away because I had left that life. So it wasn't that I needed closure. I knew that that was nowhere near my life or what I was looking for. So I didn't know I was looking in the wrong places because at that time I wasn't looking at all. And
Yeah, but you're not supposed to look. That's not the idea. I think that when you meet somebody, it's really seamlessly. It has to be seamlessly. That person is entering your life seamlessly. You're not looking. Because if you know what you want, why would you look for what you want if you already know what you want? Whatever is coming at you, you'll be able to know if it's a yeah or if it's a nay because you already know what you want. So ultimately, you're not supposed to be looking for it. You're supposed to live your life and enjoy it and then let it come to you. At least that's my understanding, that if I am meeting someone, that it will be seamlessly that person entering my life where it makes sense at that specific time, right? You're doing you. You're not expecting
okay,
to be
so
people.
a pastor said this, and as you guys know, I love my little motivational
Quotes.
quotes or area. Well, I'm not gonna quote him word for word, but
Yeah.
he said the person, the one, you either not attracted to them, two, don't see yourself with them, or three, like, yes, we get those love at first sight every now and then, but 99.9% of the one is usually a person that you probably never would have seen yourself with. So think about your perfect list. Everything that's not on there would probably be the person that's the perfect. The opposite attract really works. And I had to really dig through my thought process of being a 19, 20-year-old at a age. The past couple of years, I had to do that self-reflection of, Sabby, where were you mentally around that time? What were you thinking of? It was nothing with what I bargained for or what I was expecting. And it became everything that I wanted. Because I pushed back and I never considered that. Let us know in the comments, like, what has been your experience? If you're married, you're in a relationship, you're engaged, was it like, I met this person, I fell in love, and now here we are, we're getting married? A lot of the time, that's not it.
Homework question.
Right?
Where's my bell?
I know, we need our bell. So what was that like for you? Because to be honest with you, Sylvie, I wasn't looking. And I know you said, yeah, you're not supposed to be looking, but I found every reason on the checklist to say this is not going to work for me. Because it was like, you live where? Nope. X. What school you went to? X. We were rivals. Like, I had every reason to feel like this was not going to work. But for some reason, the conversation on a deeper level kept growing. And I was like, okay. Because for me, I'm like, listen, I'm wasting my time because my parents will never, what? You're going to be with a who, what? I always felt like, not that my parents ever gave me an ultimatum of who I should date, who shouldn't, because they're not like that. I'm grateful for that. Thank God.
Uncle and my aunt are not like that. That's
so
for sure.
Ideally, I am so grateful for that. It wasn't that how you said parents would be like, no, you can't date someone, so I don't like this person for you. They've never done that to any of our siblings. It's always in mind, like, does the person make you happy? Do you see yourself with the person? And you go for it too. That's that kind of that's how we were raised. So ideally, I gave myself that list of saying, this is not going to work, this is not going to work. But the idea of, as we get to know that this person really truly loved God and like more or less would prioritize God and the calling, that's what made me kind of be like, okay, I'm curious. And I've mentioned that before, to find that curiosity to make you want to either say, okay, you're just faking, and could that be enough? And obviously it was enough for me, because your love for God, it was so strong and so powerful that it was like, you believe that anything you want, you could achieve, and you could push through and be a better self, regardless of the situation you was at. That gave me hope and feel like, okay, this person is not self-righteous, that it's me. Like, because sometimes you get a person that's successful, that's amazing, that give you the world, but then it's like, I got us there. And I built this.
Yeah, but I don't like the I got us there and I built this, because when you think about it, it's not an I. Because even though the person might in your life might be that layback or reactive sort of speaking, position taking, but they're there emotionally to support you at all your shenanigans. So yeah, they may not be like the breadwinner sort of quarter, but they have to deal with you emotionally, psychologically, and with all your nonsense that you bring back home. So I don't like that because to me, even if I'm at home and let's say I don't do nothing, quote, nothing, in your perspective, or I do a whole lot. Because emotionally and psychologically, it takes a lot to deal with somebody when they come back and have to bring all of this home. And then on top of that, for yourself, because now psychologically, you're home. That's another thing too, right? You have to support everybody else. Being the person that have to support everybody else is a job within itself. That's a lot.
Exactly. And that's why I was like, that was big for me. So as we go and take a little break before we do our question of the day, but I would just let you know, as we dig more into long distance relationship, if I had to give few tips, this is what I would say. And as we prep to bring Andrew in one of these episodes, maybe not for season 1, we'll bring him in as a special guest. one of the things
And
I would
Jude,
say,
and Jude. I'm
one
waiting
of
for
the
you.
things that one of the things that I would suggest, if you are in the verge of possibly feeling a person, but your ego is keep telling you like, no, don't do it, don't waste your time. Don't lose your happily ever after because of your ego. Set that aside and see where it goes. Set some boundaries, right? So clearly know what you want out of it, and that if it's not long term. So boundaries, I would say. Then, like, take it seriously. Don't pretend that you're single. If you're going into this and you're thinking, well, this person is in another state or another city, a couple hours away, I could do me. I don't know what they're doing. They're gonna do, because then you're already starting at the wrong level already. I
Mm.
would say don't go past 3 months without seeing each other. So set it that you go and see the person, they come and see you. Try not to go longer than 3 months without seeing each other. Um,
By the way, I just want to say there is such a thing as long distance within the same borough, same state, right? I just want to let y'all know this.
mhm. Yeah,
Okay. Just
yeah,
just not different country. There is such a thing as long distance within the same borough and
yes.
state. I'm just saying. That's what I wanted to say.
So, like a few little things that I would tell you guys if you're considering it, because so and so been in your DM and you're like, nope, not today. I mean, check those DMs. You never know. Don't rely only in technology. Yes, my relationship started off technology, but when you guys together, write little love notes and stuff. So, like, usually Andrew will come in the winter, spring, summertime, right? So one of the things that we used to do is that we would give each other Valentine's Day gift is on Christmas, because we wouldn't see each other for February. So I sometimes wouldn't open it to then, but like it could be a simple thing as a mug, and he would have a love note in there for me, or when he's going off, and it'll be like a love note, like. And I'm big on scrapbooking, so I do keep a lot of the things. Like, I still have our very first movie that we went to go see together, things like that. Yeah, I keep those things. I love scrapbooking, so I keep things because I always want to push through. And believe it or not, around the time that we first started dating, when I got into corrections, we couldn't have our phone for our 12-hour shifts, but we had access to our emails. So we used to actually email each other love notes, because for 12 hours, I wouldn't be able to speak to him. So we would email each other, like, especially for a night shift. I would sleep the entire night. So we made it work around that time. And to be honest with you, early on, from, like I mentioned, that we've been together for 10 years a couple of episodes ago. So from year 2 to year, what, 7? Yeah, actually, I did 5 years working in corrections, but 2 of those years we were still dating before we got married. So we had to make it work somehow. Doesn't mean that there wasn't hardships to the dating. I'm just giving you some tips to help you push, because you are going to argue, you are going to have different things. But the idea of knowing what success looked like for you guys, so making that plan, because as you're dating long distance, you don't have the option to say, oh well, let's date for 2 3 years and then get engaged and then wait 2 3 years. No, you have to kind of know, like, who's willing to do the move, what would that look like, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do, whether it's digital dates or sexting. I mean, that's a different subject, but there's a lot of stuff to keep the spice on, to get going and ensure that you get your happily ever after. Before my break, I'm just gonna say, our favies that are watching, please don't miss out your ever after. Sylvie, to say that you don't want long distance relationship and it's not gonna work for you. Try it. Let me know. I'll give you some tips. And for now, we're gonna go on our break for like a couple seconds and come back, and you guys let us know what you think about it.
By the
So
way, I
I
have
know
a bold
I know
spot
you
right
be
here.
innocent.
I need those edges taken care of. If any of our
Mhm.
favies know any product that will work to save my edges, please let us know. Help me out, please. Please. I mean, I still look good, but sister's hair is falling. Oh
Oh
God.
my goodness. Favies, please leave a comment and tell Sylvia what she needs to use to get her edges back. Please, we need the edges. Save the edges. We need to start a campaign, Save Sylvie's Edges.
Yes. I'm not playing
Anyway,
though. I'm so serious.
yeah,
Please. I'm
no, no,
not
no,
playing.
I know you are, and I'm serious too.
Oh,
Um, our question of the day. You know, I always come ready with these questions.
of course.
So there, this week, Sylvie, since we last met, since you're
Mm.
not very social, this question has been circulating on Facebook and Instagram. And it says, let's pretend that you're married, right? You're married and you're pregnant.
Mm.
It's time for delivery. And now complication happened. I don't know. God forbid the umbilical cord wrap around the baby's head, neck, whatever. They need to do an emergency C-section to get the baby out.
Mm.
And your husband's in the room with you, and they tell your husband, "Sorry, sir, we're gonna have to take it to the OR. This is getting complicated. So, would you like us to save your wife or the baby's life?"
What's wrong with you and your question, man? Why you gotta ask me this question? Why you gotta that is a
So,
serious
as a wife,
question.
that's what's the word, intubated or whatever the case might be. You can't speak. You comatose at this point. The doctor's waiting for your spouse, your partner, to answer this question. Now, as a wife, what would you want your husband to do?
He better save us both. What? I no, I mean save us both because I would like to see the baby that I'm bringing to this world. I wouldn't want to be dead.
So, what if the option is one of you?
Only one? Well, of course the baby, but God, eh, yeah, but you know what? I may say the baby, and then hubby is like, you know what? I want my wife. I don't know, because sometimes you never know. I'm sure somebody in this world must have gone through this. Like, or maybe, they're probably thinking and say, well, you know what, doctor? What is it that do the best you can? But I want both. I want my unborn child and I want my wife. I can't fathom to lose either one of them. Like, how are we doing this?
So, I asked Andrew what he would do, and he didn't want to answer. He said, "Don't ask me that question."
Me,
I'm
thank you,
like,
Andrew.
but okay, see, that's another episode that we have to talk about, and I we have to talk about these things because it's like one, okay, one, if we make a decision together to know that if anything ever happens to either of us, this is what needs to happen. A lot of times we don't do that, and it's like, don't guess for me to think what I would want and what I wouldn't want. Because let's say I say don't pick the baby and you pick me, I would resent you for the rest of for my life. If I told you to pick the baby and I wake up and my baby's dead, I would resent you for the rest of my life. Also, too, if I say pick me at the same time, there's no a happy ending because you can't. You like I know people are saying like you could always have another baby, but it's not replacing. You don't replace a child that you lost. That doesn't make sense. Like that doesn't happen. But I see both ways. Now, if you ask me what I would prefer, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know because a lot of people are saying, as a mother, you would always want to put your child first. But at the same time, too, I don't want to, it's not a burden raising a child. So please don't take whatever I say out of context. But I wouldn't want my husband to do it alone.
But then again, you are. not able to say anything. And we have to think about the
That's why
person that
I say these
decision.
conversations are important to have for you what if scenarios, because God forbid, and nobody knew they had to do these things with COVID. Like a lot of people didn't get a chance to have any kind of ideas, any kind of stuff to say, and people are afraid to speak about these things. And I'm like, what if it does happen? Don't
Mhm.
make a decision for me. Give me the opportunity for us to speak together and make a decision for us, not what you think or what you want,
But
without
I stop
knowing
you
what
right
I
there.
want.
Hold on, Fab, because again, I know what you're saying and I get it. But sometimes when you are within that situation and the doctors are presenting a dilemma to you, that arrangement or previous understanding might go out the door, because if you are faced with the dilemma, say, well, you and your husband have made the decision to save your baby, but if in that case the doctor said that it's not happening because of X, Y, and Z, you're gonna
Then
have
that's
to also
not an
think.
option, though. That's not an option. If the doctor's like, I can't save both of their lives, I have to pick one, then we've already discussed that. I would always tell you, if it's between me and my baby, this is what you need to do to help make your decision. And we could prep ourselves for that, for whatever situation. It doesn't even have to be me being pregnant. It could be any other thing, right? So, like, we have to speak about that, because don't make it seem like it's impossible to happen. It will it can happen. Not saying to me, but someone. You have to have those hard conversations. Like, if I'm a vegetable, another one is that he doesn't want to talk about. If I'm a vegetable, would would you keep me on the life support or not? Like, why would you say something like this? No, you need to know those things. We have to ask each other these questions to know what a person would want to, because in the pressure of family, in the pressure of friends, people will choose to tell you what to do. And no, this is our lives, our marriage. You're my next of kin. You would make these decisions for me. Vice versa. I don't need to know what your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie, your what they think. I know for a fact what you want, because that's our agreement. Where emotions and feelings are not there. You have to do that, because at that moment, like you said, it is tough. Like, I have to let go of my wife. What are you saying? Or I have to let go of my child. Like, what are you saying? I want both. But
Yeah, but guess what?
for
Sometimes the decision will be made for you and you don't get to pick.
no, and that's what I'm saying. In this instant, the question was like, what would you pick and what would you want? And like, I don't know. I guess it all depends on how old I am at the time and what that situation looks like. Because like, I feel like I still have a lot of more years to go, right? I want to be able to spend happily, like, till we gray, right? Old and gray, and probably in the retirement home, because our kids probably gonna throw us in there. I don't know. I still feel like I want to be able to spend forever. Like, this child's not going to be your travel buddy. This child's not going to be that person you go to bed and sleep with. I love the fact that we procreated together. God blessed us. And if it's God's way of taking this child back that he blessed us with, I get that. He could probably bless us another way. That's different. But at the moment, I'm probably thinking, like, this new child, innocent baby, put them into this world. And at the same time, it's like, now, this man's probably going to be like, my life has changed and I had to pause to do what I have. I didn't have that support to make this child the life that I dreamt to give this child. And it's like, I went through so much being a single dad. And, I don't know. It's almost like people saying, like, would you want him to move on if you passed away? Like, don't tell me she wouldn't want you happy. Nobody better not speak that stuff on me. Don't say what I did say. They'll speak that. They'll be like, Fabby would have want you to move on. Now that you have a baby, you will need the help. It's okay. No, Fabby gonna be right next to you. We gonna be doing our movie nights together, and we're gonna be building together, and we'll be grateful that God even saw it fit to bless us with a child. If He chooses to, He gives and He takes away. So, baby, if I will be okay with no extra complication, because sometimes you could choose to save the person have another complication, now you lose both of them. But that could always happen too. But I don't know. I guess it all depends on where that happens. I can say, like Meredith Grey, pick me, choose me. Let's live happily
Well,
ever after. I
well,
don't know.
Well, that was a whole lot. Serious conversation need to be have, right? Favies, you, your partners, your significant others. Those are conversations that definitely needs to be happening in the household. For those of us who are, married or in a situationship, relationship. Well, not situationship, more likely relationship, right?
We don't want situationship here. We don't want no entanglement.
Serious relationship, right? No situationship. Oh God! Imagine you just meet somebody. "Oh, by the way, can I ask you a question? What would you do?" They're like,
You
it was not.
should. You should. That will make the person think ahead. I. You should. That should be kind of well, maybe not on the first 3, 4 days,
You probably
but
gonna scare them away. They'll be like, "It was nice to meet you. Goodbye." But anyhow, on this note, for us, episode 6, we getting there towards the end of the season. We got 4 more episodes, and then it will be check for our first season. So we want to say thank you so much for always being there with us. Subscribers, please always be there on live with us. Post your comments. Let us know what you think. Share with us your experiences also as well. Homework, as we said. What was the homework again? Oh Lord.
don't
Whoops.
ask me.
How can I give homework and I say it's homework and then
I
I
don't
totally
know.
forgot? You know what the
I don't
homework is because
remember.
you were paying attention. I believe in my favies and I know they were paying attention. So they already know what the homework is. Just what we said. That's it. And we just gonna keep it going just like that. And don't forget about my edges, please. Look at that.
Let her know, please. Let's tame those edges, please.
You mean tame? They're gone. They're going somewhere off my scalp. But fab, yes. So we are ending this episode. So
Yes. So I want to leave you guys with this as we close. It says, in true love, the smallest distance is too great, and the greatest distance can be bridged. So I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I feel like I just gave this whole William Shakespeare speech, and I don't know. But just in case, you guys want to send a little something to your little boo, your little, IG DM boo or Facebook boo, then you can send them.
Did you say
I you
Oh,
can. Yeah, it says like, you can send something. Absence make the heart grow fonder, but it sure makes the rest of us lonely. So don't use that because you hear that a lot, right? Don't do that. But hope you guys enjoy the show. See you next time. It's always a pleasure every time we get together and chat with you guys. Hope you have a wonderful night, day, morning, whenever you're watching this. We
yes.
appreciate you, our babies, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.